select multiple languages, and it will recognize the intents, and it will also, for certain languages, recognize the system entities, like dates, for example, or money stuff. You can see that when you go to the Dialogflow docs, then you can search for multi-language or languages support, and you see a whole overview of all the languages that we support and all the system entities that we use. So definitely take a look in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another question that was quite interesting was, can we reach the Google Assistant in iOS?
That's a good question. I mean, obviously, like iOS is very close, but Dialogflow does have iOS SDKs. So you can take a look into that. When you go to the integration tab in the Dialogflow screen, then it will give you some guides on how to do that.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, so when you start building applications, of course, and this was quite interesting, this question. So, with which database type Dialogflow will work better? For example, for booking something or something similar.
Yeah, I understand the question, but actually it doesn't really matter what type of database or backend you use. I mean, you can connect it to every endpoint that you want, as long as you can communicate JSON. I think that's best. So yeah, whatever database you use, it's up to you.
So as long as it's a REST call, then...
As long as it's a REST call.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Nice. When I create a chatbot, how does it work with development, test, and production? How does it work?
That's a good question. What I've seen people doing is they create separate agents. So they create an agent for dev, they create an agent for test, and an agent for production. And then they use the dev agent to play around with and then create the features. And then when they think it's finalized, what they do is they export the chatbot, because there's an export feature there, and then you import it in the other agent. And then you can run your test on that, and you do the same approach for production. It's also great to create backups this way, or you can even put it in versioning control. At the end, it's just JSON files.
Oh, that makes it indeed quite easy.
Yeah.
Is there support for rich messages?
There is support for rich messages, yes. So
Please
think
explain.
about links and images. When you go to the Dialog website and look into the docs, they give you exactly the guidance on how you can integrate that. But yeah, you can do that. It is actually looks super fun. Yeah.
And is there support for chat-based?
Yes, so there's a platform called Chatbase, which helps you with chatbot analytics, monitoring and logging of intents. There's support for that as well, and you can even integrate it that way that your intents will show up in Chatbase. There are guides for that as well, so definitely look into that. Yeah.
Okay, last question, because apparently we also have lots of people who are working in production environments which have DevOps kind of environments.
Yeah.
So how can I automate testing while creating a bot?
That's a good question, yes. Actually, they're in the training tab of the Dialogflow. It is possible to upload a file, or it can be a zip file or a JSON file, I believe, which contains all the intents. So then you can test the intents and see if it gives you the right answer back. Another way of doing this is it actually has an own endpoint, the /query endpoint. So you could create your own software or your own script, for example, that you can execute, and then you test it by posting all your intents to that endpoint.
Okay.
It could be fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hopefully all the questions, thank you for the answers on these questions. So yeah, the chatbot is quite interesting. It has very much a high potential product, of course. Yeah. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Bye.